Hello wonderful people, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Miriam here. How are you and how you doing? Recently, just a few days ago, I took my life in UK test. A brief history here. I've been due to do my citizenship application a few years back, but I have been skeptical about it. I've been like, the application fee is 1,350 or there, something like that. So that's a lot of money for me, and you have to take life in UK test, £50, and you also have to take another test, English test. I think that's about £150. So that's like £200 plus 1,350 or 330. That's roughly £1,600 thereabout. Indefinitely leave to remain. There's no much difference between you and somebody that has a British passport. So that was what made me not to take this thing serious. I was just reluctant. This time around, with the uncertainty lurking around, change of government that will happen very soon. We don't know what law will come in place. We don't know what to expect. Anytime there's a change in government, anything can really happen. There's new law. So that was what made me to run off like that, to go and do this test so I can make my application, at least put my application in for citizenship before the new government. I just want to share the tips how I prepared for life in UK test within 2 weeks. It's not as if I prepared every single day for 2 weeks. No, with the children and everything going about, I don't have that time. I don't even get to read anything. Maybe some days, maybe 1 hour or 2 hours, and some nights, or some days nothing. You don't even get the chance to do that. But within 2 weeks, I felt, let's go for it. So if you want to know what I did, just keep watching this video. Back, as I was saying, I took citizenship life in UK test, and I took the test and I passed. What I did at first, when I haven't even started preparing, I booked for the test. If you don't book for the test, you will not bring yourself to that level. Like, listen, I have a test, let me go and read up or something. So I paid £50 and I carried on doing what I was doing. I'm a very busy mom, a student as well, so it hasn't really been easy. I downloaded these apps on my phone. Just bring your phone, your smartphone, go to your app store, put life in UK test, practice question. There's so many apps, you won't believe it. They come up. Look for the one that is free, because most of the app, when I download it, it gives you one trial. Then after that, it's telling you to sign up and pay and all that. Listen, you don't need to pay a dime. I paid nothing. When I see an app like that, I just delete it. I download another. This particular app I use, one has 1 to 24 questions. When you pass that, you go to test 2, 1 to 24 questions, up till test 48. So what I do when I'm going to work, I'm on the train, I am doing that. It doesn't need internet. Most of the time the train is under the tunnel and I'm still doing my thing. So instead of sitting on the train and listening to music or just there with your thoughts, you can be doing that. So that's how I did it. I didn't have time to sit at home and do it. It's always the time I'm journeying. So in the morning going to work, I'm doing the app and I'm doing it. So I set up a pass mark for myself. If I score up to 80%, then I have passed it. I'll go to test 2. But if I score anything less than 80, I try to do it again. That's what I did, guys, till I answered all the 48 tests. Test 1 has 1 to 24 questions, test 2 up till 48. As you're doing, you see that some of the questions repeat itself. Sometimes they're twisted and all that. So I was doing it, I was struggling. It was like, I think it's this, I think it's not that. So I was not really certain. Most of the things I don't really know it. The second thing I did, just like a week to my exam, that was when I became serious with this thing. I decided to download the book, Life in UK Test. Downloaded the book, the PDF. They also give you option to just practice it online. Then you can download it and print it if you want. Otherwise, you can just be learning it online. I didn't have to buy the book. Anything free, that's me. If it's not free, why should I pay when I know I can get it free somewhere? So I was reading up this book online. It wasn't just much. It was just about British history, religions. Britain is diverse, you know, multicultural society. So the religion, you know, you have Christian, like Christian days, when is Christmas, when is this, and when is Sikh celebration, Muslim thing. So that's what the religion entails. Then the history is like the Stone Age, Middle Age, Bronze Age, you know, the time of King Charles II, King Henry VIII, and you know, a lot of things. British history. Henry VIII established the Church of England because he wanted to divorce his wife, his first wife, and he went to Pope Rome. Pope would not agree to divorce, so he set up the Church of England because he will control it, and he had control over the Church of England, and he was able to divorce his wife. You know, those histories that you don't know. I mean, I didn't know all these things. So when I started reading this book, it makes sense because the book explained everything for you in details than the practice question I was doing at first, and I was confusing myself. Like I said, I was choosing I think it's that one. I think I was not certain with the answer, so that was, I think I was fooling around. So I would advise you to first of all read the book. If you have access to the book, fine. You can get the book in Amazon, like used one. People resell their book. You can get it in eBay. People resell their book. It's cheaper. But if you go to buy it newly, you may spend up to £20 to buy that book. I did not pay a dime. I didn't buy nothing. I read the book online on my phone. It's really nice. I mean, now I know much of British history, what king got killed in the war, how they fought the wars, you know, all those things, war with France, Spain, and a lot of things I did not know. It gave me a big insight about what British Empire is all about. So the book is very important. Don't pay for it. I didn't pay for it. Like I said, read up online. Anything that says free, you can read. Yeah, read it or download it or print it. But anyone that's telling you to download the PDF and pay so, just avoid them. You don't need it. You get it for free. Why paying for it? I read that book just like a week to the exam. I was like, these past questions I've been doing, you know, I don't know the history that much and all that. So the book, I'm telling you, start from the book. Don't wallow around in darkness like I did. I read this book just for, I didn't even read all of it, but I read as much as every night when the children are gone to bed. When I'm ready, I lay down on the bed, I'm scrolling with my phone, reading this. You know, it's just little chapters. Maybe like one pages, you go to another chapter. Really very good. And after that, just like few days to the exam, I've had a bit of insight about what I'm expected to answer, the British background, history, Queen Victoria time, all those stuff. And politics as well. You know, the first British Prime Minister was Sir Walpole. So you read all that, Winston Churchill, the greatest Brit of all time. World War I, World War II, how it started, how it ended, when it ended. You know, if you read this thing, you'll be able to answer those past questions. I started at first. So at this point, I have had a little bit of background. Then I went back to the past questions. I didn't struggle that much. And guess what I did? My exam was like the next day. I went to YouTube and I put life in UK test. Content that has to do with that all came up. There's this particular one that comes up. It brings out the question on the screen. It reads the question out for you, and it also reads the options. So most of those things I've read about it. I will just choose up and I'll wait for the final answer. And when it reads the question, it reads the option, then it will tell you the right answer is this. I kept matching their answer to mine. Most of the time I get the question right. They had so many content like exam 1, 2, 3, 4, 14. So I just went to the playlist and I was listening to this, and even if I'm washing the dishes, I put it on, put it there where I can see it and I can hear it. I'm washing my dishes and I'm also, you know, picking up. I say, oh, that's the right answer. I choose my answer, then I wait for their answer confirmation. So this one in YouTube helped me, I'm telling you guys, because I have had a little bit to read about the book before I started this YouTube one. I read this YouTube one just for 24 hours. I went for the exam, and there's no new questions, you know. Most of the questions is like recycled question. So when I went to the exam, it can last like 1 hour, 30 minutes or 2 hours maximum. But I only stayed there for like 15 minutes. I answered the 24 questions. I only struggle with 3 questions. These 3 questions, I was thinking, is it this or that? But the rest of the question, I was certain I've answered it all. Then I went back to these 3 questions that I wasn't too sure. And that's it. And I came out. And I passed. I was confident that you don't need to pay for the book. You don't need to pay for those apps, past question app that tell you to pay or sign up. You don't need none of that. I did none of that. If you can basically speak English, we can read and write English, listen, you don't need to pay a dime. And some people used to go and register in college and go for tutorial for God knows how long before they go to do the test. I'm telling you, if you can read and write English, that is not for you. Just make up your mind, book your test, then look for resources, free resources. You don't need to pay for nothing. I only paid for my exam £50. Next week I'm going to book for my, you have to do English E1. That one is, I've checked it up, it's £150. That one I think is it's like an interview or something. So if you can read and write English and speak English, I think you'll be fine. That's what I want to tell you guys. You don't need to panic about it. There's nothing so scary about it. It's not a rocket science. Just read up this book, and this is their history book, and it's so lovely. I mean, I think if anytime I have chance, I'll go and read that book. I love it. History, man. It tells you everything, what happened in the Stone Age, the war, the Black Death, how 1/3 of the population was wiped out by this plague, and who was the architect behind St. Paul Cathedral, and where was Henry VIII's wife, where was she executed, what was this, what was that, when did the women have the right to vote, and all that. It's very good. I love it. I wish I read the book before I went for the practical questions. I was just practicing. I wish I read the book like 2 weeks when I started preparing. It would have even been better, but I still thank God I passed. And question 1 to 24, you only need 18 to pass. Out of 24, if you get 18, you don't pass. If you get 17, you failed, or you do it again. So me, I was like, I don't have £50 to go and pay again, £100. No, I must pass this thing. So 18 says, bro, if you get 18, you don't pass. It's not a rocket science. Don't go panicking about it, looking for buying book and all that. Go online. It's free of charge some places. So that's what I did, guys. And I did my test and I passed it. So if you're preparing for your test, I wish you all the best. But listen, the test, and when you want to write the test, they will search you like, the way they scan you in the airport. Even my source, I had to flip my source, flip it to see that there's no, why do I want to do expo for this? When with the right hard subject for Nigeria, I know do expo now. This OBG, now I want to do expo for. Come on, guys. They search me everywhere, even your jeans, you bring all the pocket and flip it out. You bring your shoe and flip it out, and your bag, you lock away in a locker, and even your earring, they will check back of your ear, check even the bracelet I was wearing. They asked me, what is that? I said, this bracelet. Should I take it off? Your smartwatch, my dear, you're going to take it off and put in your locker. I'm telling you. I hope you find this video helpful, and don't panic. Just go and get it. If you're in my position, you have opportunity. You are due to get your British citizenship, and you've been pushing it back. Don't you think this is the right time to go and do it? We don't know what this new government, whoever comes in power, Liz Truss or Richie Sunak, we don't know what to expect. Please, be proactive like me. If not, be this enough for no bother. Another thing is that, the indefinite leave to remain is 10 years. 10 years, you renew it again. When you get your passport, you just go and renew your passport in post office, £50 for 10 years. And save yourself the headache. So guys, thank you for watching this content. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Until I bring the next video, God bless you and bye bye.